Hey everybody, it's Coach Manley here with the Graz Giants for Giants Talk episode 7. We are coming off once again another victory. We are 6-0. We beat the Steelsharks 26-21 last Saturday. Thank you to all the fans that came out on the bus. It was great to see the support, even on a road game. So it was nice for you guys to be there. And yeah, just thanks as always for being the Giants' #1 supporters and always being there for us. Our 2 players of the week this week, one was a group this time, not an individual player, was our entire offensive line. We ran for the most yards we ran all game. Our pass protection was pretty good, so overall, big guys don't get much recognition, so they were most deserving of the award. And defensively is our young gun linebacker. The last 2 weeks had to step up. Alex Alwer had about 11 tackles, 2 for loss, so great job, Alex, stepping in and helping out the last 2 weeks and keep improving, buddy. But now, back again is Wyatt Smith, quarterback. Wyatt, you know the deal. Welcome back to the show, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, Tron week. We won't get too much into the game. I think it's over. We all kind of want to forget it. But, yeah, the entire offensive line winning the Player of the Week award. We changed a few play calls, did a few different things throughout the game. Just thoughts on the O-line play in front of you this week.
Well, I think the O-line had an amazing week as they got the award, well deserving. It was really fun to see them get some recognition because, those guys, they work hard every week, practice every day, play their hardest, and they don't get a lot of recognition. So it's fun to see them get some. Our running game really took off this week, and that was fun to see. Those guys got their assignments done, got some push, and that was really a good thing to see for the future. The pass pro was also fantastic. I think we didn't have too much go wrong, and they played a great game, and it was pretty fun to see.
Yep, and it was good too also with Robert Mackay moving the right guard and Tobias Hummel moving the left tackle. So even with some changes, we still did quite well and missing Mr. Orthoff, but it was a overall good game, and I agree with pretty much everything you said. Now, bye week again. We have an important one in 2 weeks, and we do practice this Friday, so maybe not so much travel this week for you and some import guys, but during the bye week, have you traveled anywhere in the past or in your time in Graz? Do you have any future plans of places you might want to see and explore throughout the rest of the season during downtime for football?
Yeah, it's very, very exciting about being in Europe. I made it to Budapest a few weeks ago. That was fun, and then over to Ireland once. So this week, obviously, we not as much travel in this.
Yeah, we got to crank it up. Yeah,
got to get busy here. But in the future, I don't have any plans at the moment. But I'm sure it's in Europe. It'll be something fun.
Something will come up. Yeah, and yeah. So as you said, we have to practice this Friday. We have a huge one in 2 weeks, so we got to get it going against the Danube Dragons. Any thoughts on the Dragons? We know they're 4-2. They could easily be 6-0 with close games against Prague and the Vikings. So we expect a very good opponent coming in. So just basic thoughts or things about the Dragons.
Well, they're gonna be a tough opponent for us, but that's gonna be fun. They're gonna be athletic. They're strong. They're good at what they do. They do some things that present some challenges for us, but that'll be fun. I think we'll have this whole bye week, and we'll have some time to really get into it and come up with a good plan for them. And I'm excited to see what we can do against them next week.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, Wyatt, thank you again. I know this is your 3rd episode, I believe, or 2nd with Giants Talk. It's been a few weeks off, but glad you could come back and give us the time for the show. So, thank you. And we'll be moving on to our second guest. All right, now here we are with our second guest, Maximilian Varetza. First time on the show. Maxi, welcome to Giants Talk, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Wanted to be famous, so I'm glad you're here, just like everybody else. So, Tron 26-21. Defense played pretty well, I'd say, overall. What were your thoughts on the defense, and where are some areas that maybe we can improve, going into the rest of the season?
Overall, we can say it was a pretty good game by the defense.
Mm-hmm.
It just some big plays, we keep them to a short gain most of the time, and then we get a big play like the deep passes most of the time.
Yeah.
And just if we can minimize those, I think we'll be even better.
Much better. Yeah, no, I agree. The deep passes are always a trouble, and the goal is to not give up a big play. So I agree there. Now, I mean, as you know, this week we've been okay, but we've dealt with some, I guess you could say, pretty major injuries on defense, right? MJ Hampton, Konstantin Kerngast, Pete Hafner, all done for the season. A few other guys that have missed time, Rudolph, Franz Korger, Nicky being sick last week. So how does these things from your standpoint change, like how you have to prepare? Maybe it's not your position, or how the team has to adjust to the situation that we've been in, which probably most teams in Austria or Europe haven't experienced the amount of injuries we've had, offense included. I didn't even name those guys yet. In a season with so many moving pieces, new guys, different positions, new imports, Austrian guys changing positions, how do you think that's affected maybe you or the team in a good way, bad way? Just, yeah.
So I think we have that many injured players. I think the rest of us are still healthy. There's the feeling that they gotta do more than they should do, and they sometimes forget that there are 10 other players with them on the field, and then they tend to do more stuff than they should do, and that sometimes ends bad.
You think it ends bad? Yeah, if everyone just does their 1/11th, as I say, time to time, just does their part, it will be okay. But now, with you on the D-line only losing Konstantin, it hasn't affected you much. So does it change how you prepare anything, or mentally does it affect anything for you? Or is it more of, hey, I still play defensive end and this is my job?
I mean, it changes a little bit. It feels good having Konsti on the inside.
Yeah.
But Stoico, Moisey, they aren't bad players as well, so I still feel well.
Yeah, okay, cool, perfect. Now, as we all know, Dragons coming up in 2 weeks, a little different opponent, as I spoke with Wyatt earlier. They're being a really good team, but us defensively, now instead of preparing for, one quarterback, maybe an import receiver or something like this, we have the goal now to stop 2 quarterbacks, the import quarterback and then the Austrian national team quarterback, and the different imports that can be on the field with them. How much stress or time or film does it put into, having to deal with one guy and maybe one import, but now having to deal with a completely second guy and more imports that can just change whenever they want to?
Yeah, it just takes a lot more time preparing and watching film, because you have to look at each of the imports, better players, to see what they can do, what might the weaknesses be. And yeah, especially their import quarterback is a very fast guy.
Yes, he is.
And it will give the dealer very stressful times.
Yep.
Up front, so I'm trying to prepare for that.
Yeah, I agree, especially with him and then Alex Theory kind of being completely different in their play styles too. I think gives a tough difference also in what we have to prepare for. Would you agree? Being more of a passing, I'd say Alex is, and Fields can still pass as well, but obviously, like you said, he's very fast. Does that change anything with the style of play?
Yeah, of course it does. For me, at D-line, if the input quarterback is in, you have to be way more careful so you don't let him run. So if Alex Torrey, it's a little more relaxed, because I'm not as scared of him running as the input quarterback, but yeah, particularly for the ball, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, Maxi, thank you. And again, to all the fans that came to Tron, I appreciate you guys coming. It was a big help, and make sure everybody comes out to Actionburg on June 4th, Sunday at 3 p.m. Go Giants.